recording. Live, I think. Check one, check two. Hooah! What's up? Hey guys, it's been a while. First, the news of the day. Have a cup of coffee. I don't know what it is with me doing these videos and having a cup of coffee. I guess it inspires my soul. So, you guys are all probably wondering, where the heck has Janaki been, aka SonicFlare, your lovable host? Well, the truth of the matter is, as you guys know, I've been involved heavily over the last couple of weeks getting new Woodley shelves installed in my office. I basically had to split out my record collection from all of the records that are on the floor in the living room where you can barely walk from one place to the next. And with two big dogs and a wife, it's just a little too much. So pressure was put on me. You gotta get these records off the floor, dude. And that was Porter speaking, by the way. And so finally, I ordered these amazing Woodley shelves. I think I kind of did a little small feature on them last episode. Company out of California. No, these were not given to me for free. Don't worry about it. This is not one of those, pay-for-play reviews. That said, I was looking for something much more sturdy, made out of real wood. In this case, birch wood from the Baltic states. Made in the U.S. I absolutely wanted that. Support the local small businesses, especially with all this nonsense of the pandemic that we've been going through. And so I came across Woodley, and it's worked out really well. They've done a phenomenal job with these shelves. They're incredible. That said, as you can imagine, splitting out all of my jazz records from the rest of my records and then sorting them, alphabetizing them, it's just a pain in the ass. It really is. I mean, it's just, you guys know what I'm talking about, that have any number of meaningful records in your collection. It's just insanity. So basically the last couple of weeks, plus I work for a living, right? As much as I'd love to be a full-time YouTuber, not quite yet. I got to work for a living. So it's just, the weekends came along and it's like been record sorting and all that. So anyway, glad to be back. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. If you're new to the channel, welcome to SonicFlare, where we cover records, music, be that streaming, vinyl, what have you, whatever your preferred medium really is, right? I mean, I've reviewed CDs, I've reviewed records, and we talk about hi-fi gear and how it all connects, and hopefully lots more stuff in the very near future. There's a couple of, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. There's a couple of bigly major, huge announcements coming very soon, as in the next couple of weeks, that I can't wait to share with you guys. Some absolutely amazing stuff that is going to be just incredible. So super excited for it. I hope you guys will be too. And anyway, without further ado, what is today's show all about? Well, it is about a very special label. Now, caveat, I have to say this, because I want to be fully transparent with you guys, as I always have been. I was sent these records for free, for review, by Elusive Disc. Bob Bance and his team, obviously A.B. Fawn and her team at Impex Records, they're all under the Bob Bance Elusive Disc umbrella. Great online store, elusivedisc.com. I'll put a link below, and including these records that I got. And I've done that for the simple reason, I've never done that before, but as you guys know, I buy all of my records. I've not been given a free record, except for the occasional test pressing that I get. That said, the reason I decided and agreed to do this is because this label I'm very familiar with. I own several of their previous releases on both vinyl and, in fact, actually some CDs as well. And also some tape dubs, because they record just about everything onto tape. And the tape decks are the great Sonorous ATR 12 machines done by the great Arian Janssen, who has been a great friend of mine for, going on 20 years almost. And so what is the label? What am I talking about? Well, it is Yarlung Records. Hopefully you guys can see this here. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Yarlung Records right here. So this is one of them. They sent me 5 records. We'll go through them. A couple of things about the label. So first of all, Bob Attiyeh is the producer, chief executive producer, owner of Yarlung Records. And if you're wondering what the name Yarlung means or refers to, it is a valley in Tibet where, you know, it's rumored to be the birthplace of the Tibetan people. And so Yarlung Records, you know, obviously, as you can tell, it's, you know, it has that sort of world label-ish sound to it. Bob Attiyeh, no stranger to music, classical music, jazz. He's produced a lot of stuff. Grammy Award-winning label. They are absolutely fantastic. Like I said, the reason I agreed to take these 5 free records to talk about them is because I already own a bunch of their stuff before, so I didn't really feel like it's one of those, you know, hey, here's something for you to review. It's for free, and, you know, give us a good review. So I'm just being totally transparent, totally honest with you guys. The stuff sounds incredible. It really does. It is probably one of the finest current existing labels next to, you know, I'm thinking MA Recordings, you know, the 2 brothers up in New York, can't think of their name right now. It'll come to me. I'm getting old. What can I say? You know, I mean, the Dutch guy with the classical music. There's just so many amazing current edition labels that are really taking time to produce, record, find the artists that are obviously at the top of their level, at the top of their game, to play this music. And Yarlung and Bob Attiyeh, in conjunction, obviously, with a great team, like I mentioned earlier, Arjen Janssen, he designed all the tape machines that they're using. You know, he partners with Steve Hoffman. He partners with Bernie Grunman to cut the records. I'm pretty sure most of these, in fact, all of these, the label says at the back end it's made in Germany, which leads me to believe, and I'm just kind of looking at the records themselves, at the profile of the vinyl, I'm pretty sure they were all pressed at Palace, even though it doesn't say it anywhere that I've seen. So you're getting top quality stuff, absolutely 100%. They're available online, obviously. They're available as digital downloads. They're available as CD. And, of course, all the streaming sites, including Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, I'm pretty sure Qobuz, even though I haven't checked it because I'm not a Qobuz subscriber. So before you even think about buying these on record, you know, feel free to check them out digitally first. Of course, I believe since these are all analog recordings, you're going to get the best transcription, the best authenticity, the best playmanship, the best resolution, the best everything when you're listening to it on vinyl. To boot, these are all cut at 45 RPM. So it's fantastic stuff. And by the way, these are all single-sided. They're all single records. So first one up, Fire and Fancy, Sibelius piano trio. So these are 3 Finnish guys, Petteri Iovinen, Juho Pohjonen, and Samuli Peltonen. By the way, they're all multiple world champion rally winners. Also, ski jumpers. No, I'm just kidding. They're not. But, you know, the Norwegians, they're famous for that. So I kind of had to throw that in there. I don't know. Maybe they are. I think, what else do they do? Skeet shooting and, what else? Skiers. Ski jumpers. Yeah. The Norwegians are amazing people. Anyway, so Petteri plays violin, Juho piano, and Samuli the cello. And this is music by 2 artists, Diego Schicchi, or Schizzi, hopefully I'm mispronouncing his name, rightfully so, and Ruminations by David Lefkowitz. And I tell you, the music, especially the Ruminations part, it's got a bit of a Persian theme influence, like Persian poetry, so to speak. Very melodic. It's got that Middle Eastern influence. You can definitely hear it. That's on side 2, which consumes the entire side, so about 12 minutes. And then Diego Schizzi, or Schizzi, The track is called Nene, or the composition is called Nene, and it's got four parts to it. I tell you, the recording quality on this is just mind-boggling. You are really in Royce Hall. Where do they record this? Forgot. Not Royce Hall. Oh, Segerstrom, the Segerstrom Center, down here in Orange County, Los Angeles, right? Absolutely fantastic. So great record. Highly encourage you to check it out. Next one up, Young Beethoven, a trio, which is the string trio, Beethoven string trio in C minor. And 4 cuts on this, 45 RPM as well. Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, AKG C24 microphones. Mastering by Steve Hoffman and Bob Attiyeh. Analog tape by Sonorous Audio. You just can't go wrong with this. It's just absolutely stunning. Phenomenal. If you want a new interpretation, by that I don't mean like, some off-the-wall new stuff that they're like, oh, let's change this up. Classical interpretation of Beethoven's violin concerto. That said, these guys have done a phenomenal job. They're expert musicians, beautiful sound, and it makes you want to play it. And at 45 RPM, just stunning. Like I said, I think it's even pressed at Palace. Next up, these guys are great. Sophisticated Lady Jazz Quartet. So these guys, I actually have, this is their first album. I have their follow-up, which came out a couple of years later. So this was recorded in 2013, I believe at, where was this recorded? LA someplace. Oh, Camilleri Hall at USC. Incredible acoustics, fantastic sound. I have a tape copy of their follow-up album, which has to be, and I'm not even hyperboling this, has to be one of the finest jazz recordings I've ever heard. Transcribed onto tape, digital, vinyl, what have you, right? Just absolutely stunning. And so this is their first album. Fantastic. These guys are great. By the way, this is, it's almost like a direct-to-disc in a sense because there's no takes, there's no cuts. This is one setting in one session in one go. So these guys are masterful players. Fantastic tracks on here. Highly recommend it. Next one up is Sasha Cooke, mezzo-soprano. She does a beautiful job on this one. Not too familiar with her, to be perfectly frank, but I'll say this. This was recorded at Zipper Hall at the Colburn School. Again, analog recording, mastering by Steve Hoffman, cut by Bernie Grunman, 45 RPM Palace. Stunning. Let me tell you something. Phenomenal. If you're into classical music, if you're into mezzo-sopranos, you got to listen to this. Absolutely stunning. And then finally, last but not least, I'm going to leave the best one for last because this one's, if you get only one record out of these 5, get this one because it's absolutely bonkers good. Smoke and Mirrors. This has been reviewed by a couple of folks. I think Fremer reviewed it. A couple others, many others have reviewed it. Fremer most notably, of course. But this is, it's all percussion. Cut at 45 RPM, one record. Let me tell you, you'll never have this much fun again unless you listen to, Brian Eno, Raimi, Moby, etc. Think of it in those terms, Kraftwerk. Think of it in those terms, but transcribed with a modern percussion element and percussion group. Absolutely stunning recording. A great test to any speaker system, any hi-fi system. If you're hearing diffuse sound, if you're not hearing, the resolution, if you're not seeing or hearing the space in front of you, something's wrong in your setup, right? Move your speakers around, bring them away from the wall, let the speakers breathe a little bit, because this is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely fantastic. And with that, and again, mastered by Steve Hoffman, Bernie Grunman cut this. This was recorded at Zipper Hall in Los Angeles. Fantastic stuff. And there you have it. 5 records. Yarlung Records, Bob Attiyeh, and the team at Elusive Disc. Thank you so much for sending me these records. They really are, all joking aside, they're really fantastic. I strongly encourage you guys to check them out. And, hopefully you'll figure out which one you're gonna get, or maybe you'll get all 5, or maybe you'll get subscribed to the whole catalog. They've got probably about 24 records out, I think, maybe even more. I'd say about 24, 25 records. Most of them are available on CD, most of them are available on vinyl, and on, I think some of them are available on tape. So anyway, thanks guys. I missed you all. Group hug. We will check in very soon. Like I said, stay tuned for some cool updates. And you know, if I play my cards right, I may do another video tomorrow. All right, ciao, peace.